So, welcome to another edition of the Diversity Amplification Show. With me today, I have three amazing people from H&R Block India. I have Athra Vishwanath, who is a security engineer. I have Ramesh Fatima, who is an associate SEC analyst, and I have a past guest of mine, Obi Joseph, who is the manager at Tech Information Security. Welcome, Obi. Welcome, Athra, and welcome, Ramesh.
Thanks, Ashwin.
So why don't we get started with you, Ramesh, and just talk a little bit about your background and how you got into cybersecurity.
I was hired in HRB through a campus placement in my college. And initially, I joined as an associate software developer, and I was training to be a software developer. And in between, I actually got an opportunity to interview for the InfoSec GRC team. So as soon as I got to know that InfoSec GRC is something really interesting and cool, I didn't want to lose that opportunity. I grabbed that opportunity and gave my interview, and I got into the GRC, I think September 2020. And since then, I have been working as a security analyst in the information security GRC. Yeah.
Now, interesting. We'll dig a little bit deeper into that pivot that you did. Athra, your journey.
So I started off as an intern last year in January. So I'll be completing almost 2 years in about a month, in about 2 months, and it was a good journey. I mean, not to sugarcoat or anything, but yeah, the journey with HRB has been very fruitful. The way they molded us into actually a professional person. So, I mean, I was a direct pass out, I was a direct graduate, and the way they mentored us and they molded us, gave us the right directions, it was very helpful. So I started off in the analysis SOC. I was a SOC analyst, associate SOC analyst, and I expressed my interest in engineering, and so I got shifted from analysis to engineering. So currently, I'm a security engineer. Yeah.
So, Obi, I'm going to put you on the spot over here, just given their backgrounds and just what Athra alluded to, right? I mean, how has the hiring process, but also the pivots that have happened early in their careers for both these amazing women in your organization? I mean, is that a learning that you guys had, or is it something that is deep rooted, and what's the benefit of doing that?
So I mean, we definitely look for feedback from our employees, right, as to what their interests are and what they would like to do, right? So different people may have different interests. We constantly seek feedback. Some folks are interested in learning and providing more value in forensics. So we kind of build a forensics mentoring program. Some folks love engineering, so we groom them and build them for engineering. Just because we may not have open positions, that doesn't stop someone from being groomed and mentored into a role that they desire to be in, right? So we actually add them into our meetings, so that they can get acquainted with the whole system while they are working in another position, right? So that they're ready, and they also get to learn. And we don't want to be in a static, stale environment. We want people to grow their knowledge, and when they grow their knowledge, they can contribute to various parts of the company, right? So that's been one of our strengths. Actually, I always mention this to the team members: is you need to grow your knowledge. This is I encourage that, and that's something that makes you stand out from others, right? The more knowledge you have, the more value and more strong points you can make in having a conversation or analysis, right?
Yeah, it's the first time, I'll be honest with you, I've heard anybody say that, and it looks so obvious in hindsight, is just put people in meetings of a future job that they actually, I mean, so it's the reality, right? And it's amazing. I mean, yeah, I found that to be pretty illuminating. Thanks for that. So again, coming back to Ramesh, I mean, what are some of the myths that from the outside in you had before getting into cyber, and what have been busted once you're in?
Yeah, so from my college days, cybersecurity was actually a very cool field. Like I felt that as a very cool place. So like, and I've heard people talking that unless and until you know how to hack other people's system, you cannot be a part of the cybersecurity team. So I was like, hacking, okay, I thought that that was not something for me. So I actually left that idea of getting to cybersecurity. But after joining H&R Block and when I got this opportunity that I could be a part of the cybersecurity, I mean the information security, I was really glad and I really took that opportunity. And when I came in, I got to know it's cybersecurity is not all about hacking and it's more beyond that. And there are so many, it's a diverse field where you can learn so many things. And yeah, and I'm still learning more about cybersecurity day by day, and I'm really happy that if that day I had not taken this chance of being a part of the infosec team, then I think I would have regretted it, because at that time I was very confused, like will I be able to do it good in the information security field. But after getting in, the support I got from my team members, the leaders and managers, it was really good, and I'm really grateful for that.
No, that's so amazing that you mentioned that, because you're right. I mean, whether it's the industry that we live in, whether it's the, I don't know, the hackathons that happen, things that get more publicity than maybe they should, and other things like a SOC analyst or a GRC role, I mean, things that are not in the limelight, right? But as you're saying, once you get in, and if you hadn't taken that leap of faith, it's like, oh, hacking is not for me, maybe security is not for me. That would have been, we would have been the loser not having you, right? So Athra, again, same question for you. What are some of the myths that you had coming in that have now been busted?
So one has already been specified by Ramesh. Like I mean, I've lost count of the times a person has actually asked me, "Do you know how to hack Facebook or Instagram?" I mean, they don't even know it's illegal. They just ask right away. So another myth is like what comes to our mind when we hear about cybersecurity is all the movies we see, thousands of windows, thousands of tabs, and all the coding they do simultaneously. So we think that's what we'll be doing when we get into our jobs, but it was completely opposite to that. I mean, we have specific tools for different things. So that was a myth. I mean, that was completely omitted out.